What's going on, guys? We are back once again, and we are going to be talking about another movie that I absolutely loved when I was a kid, and I never reviewed this, but I figured I'd go ahead and review it. Now, again, I know there's another film about this. There's like a second one, but honestly, I just want to talk about the first one. So, what we are going to be discussing is George of the Jungle. Yes, you guys can see it on your screens right now. We're going to be talking about George of the Jungle, starring Brendan Fraser, the man, the myth, the legend. Now, honestly, I love this movie. I do. I love this movie so much. It came out in 1997, starring obviously Brendan Fraser and Lisa Mann, or Leslie Mann. Now, again, this is honestly, to me, a childhood classic. The whole story of this movie is you have two main characters. You got Ursula Stanhope, who is going to Africa to study the wildlife, and unfortunately she gets tracked down by her fiance Lyle, who's played by Thomas Hayden Church, and he does a good job of being just this butthole villain that you absolutely cannot stand, and he follows her throughout the entirety of the movie, just trying to still, marry her. You can tell she's only doing it because of her parents, and she gets saved by George by, the skin of her teeth, literally, and then they just develop this relationship in the entirety of the film, and she falls for him, and he falls for her, and then she even brings him to New York, I think it was New York. Was it New York? I think so. And they kind of see both sides of both worlds. And we even see, of course, how George returns to help his fellow family, the apes, and then also how he faces off against Lyle at the end of the film. But there's so much comedy in this movie, man. You will laugh so hard. Like, I think one of the most funniest things in here is, again, you have the narrator that tells you different things throughout the entirety of the film, and you have the actors responding to it. Like, you even have one of the moments in the movie where one of the actors is like arguing with the narrator, and you see the gorilla, ape. He's just got you did not, you did too. He's just like moving his head. And it's hilarious. Or the whole where Lyle falls in a thing of poo, and then the guys they're just making fun of him, like classic comedy. Bad guy falls in poo. Now here comes the part where we stare our heads back and laugh. Ready, and they just start laughing. Or when George just goes through into a tree and then just goes back and forth into trees and branches and hurts his private area or his head or his arm or whatever. And it's just absolutely hilarious. I mean, this movie is just one of those you could just sit down, have fun, and not take too seriously, man. And Brendan Fraser did such a good job at playing this character of being probably not the smartest guy on there, but he did such a good job because, again, George was raised around animals. He's not going to be probably the smartest person, but he's a cool person. He's a down-to-earth person, and I like how they did this story of just, like that Tarzan type of story. And again, I always liked this movie. I think it was just a very fun classic film. It was very funny, and I will definitely watch it over and over again when I was a kid. I remember having the movie on VHS. I never had it on DVD, unfortunately. I'm going to have to pick it up at some point. I still watch it this day on Disney Plus, and I still watch it with my family or even by myself. And when I have children, I'll definitely have them watch this film. It's a very dear film to my heart. I will always love it, and I think that this is a movie that you will definitely have fun with. And if you guys have never seen the film, I highly recommend you guys check this out and just enjoy it and have some laughs and some fun, and just let me know what you guys think. So if you guys have ever seen George of the Jungle, that was in 1997, definitely check it out. Watch it on Disney Plus and just give it a try. It is just such a fun family film, man. And especially if you watch it when you were a kid, obviously you're gonna love it even more now probably than you did back then. But what is your overall stance of George of the Jungle? Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. If you guys are new to the channel, always consider subscribing, and I'll always see you, as always, on the next one.